Today's burning question: what does Björk have in common with Bach? Let's find out. When people hear the names Björk and Bach together, it sounds almost like a trick question. One belongs to the Baroque canon, powdered wigs and cathedrals. The other to voice, technology and sound, treated as a living system. But when you listen carefully, not to style, not to genre, something very interesting happens. Sometimes forcing a comparison reveals some interesting observations. So I had a listen, then another, and of course another. But admittedly, I have been playing Bach cello suites for as long as I can remember, and I'm also a massive Björk fan. You see, they are both architects. Bach didn't really write songs in the way we think of songs today. He wrote systems, counterpoint, fugue, repetition, music that builds itself layer by layer, like a living structure. You can remove these layers and see how interesting they are in their own right. But when they are overlapped, there exists an explosion of power and a formidable and direct communication. Björk does something remarkably similar. Her music often begins with a small cell, a rhythm, a breath, a vocal gesture, and then it grows, not towards a chorus, but outwards into space. You're not carried along a melody so much as placed inside a sound world. Where will she go next? In both cases, the music feels less like performance and more like environment. Another thing they share is an understanding of the human voice. For Bach, even instrumental music often breathes as though it was sung. Sometimes listening to Bach, I swear I hear a choir, even when I know there is not one. Lines rise and fall as if they have lungs. There's an implied body inside the sound. Björk makes this explicit. Her voice isn't just carrying words. It becomes texture, rhythm, landscape. It cracks, stretches, whispers, pulses. The body is never hidden. And perhaps the most important thing they have in common is this: neither of them writes music as a mere product to be trifled with. Bach was not chasing novelty. He was refining a language, deepening it, clarifying it, returning to it again and again. Björk does the same. Across decades, her work feels like one long conversation with sound, technology, nature and the self. Their music doesn't ask to be consumed quickly. It asks you to enter, to lose yourself, give in to the power of musical persuasion. And that's why, centuries apart, I'm here on my laptop wishing they had met and released a song together. This is music that trusts the listener, that gives the listener the faith of a composer, that they will understand. Music that assumes you are capable of listening deeply. And perhaps that is the most radical thing of all. You can read all my essays at iServalan.com.